Good evening, I'm Bo Williams and welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now. And topping the list, changes to the U.S. Department of Education and the impacts locally. President Trump's executive order would all but eliminate the department. The Trump administration is aiming to hand more control of education policy to state governments. Now, the Tennessee Education Association says the dismantling of the department could lead to larger class sizes, less one-on-one attention for students, and less access to resources at underfunded schools. President of the association, Tanya Coates, says it could harm IEPs or individual education plans, specifically for children with special needs.
And students with special needs will be adversely impacted. And those are particularly in our rural communities where our schools are the hubs of communities. And that is the only resource that our students are able to get in their communities.
Coates says since the state already controls the majority of public education, dismantling the Department of Education could impact the additional funding received in East Tennessee, especially in rural communities who rely on the funding. And she is urging communities to reach out to their legislators to advocate for their schools. Speaking of the DOE, tonight, former Tennessee Senator Lamar Alexander is now taking a public position on the U.S. Department of Education. Alexander served as U.S. Education Secretary under President George H.W. Bush after his term as governor of Tennessee and president of the University of Tennessee system. Alexander posting on social media today, quote, "The United States survived for 2 centuries without a federal Department of Education and can do so again." But notably, Alexander goes on to say certain functions of the Education Department, such as the nation's report card, should not be thrown out with the bathwater. His words. Only Congress, by the way, could fully eliminate the department. Just today, President Trump announced that he plans to shift the Education Department's $1 trillion portfolio of student loans to the Small Business Administration. A medical alert is next for you. Tonight, the State Health Department confirming the first measles case of 2025 in the state. We're told the case is a Middle Tennessee resident. Health officials are working to find anyone who was possibly exposed to the virus. Tonight's news comes amid national measles outbreak involving over 300 cases in more than 10 states. The State Health Department says the measles vaccine is highly effective at preventing the potentially deadly disease. Measles typically has a classic red, spotty rash that begins on the face and then spreads over the body. And the state asking for suspected measles cases to be reported to the State Health Department immediately by calling this number, 615-741-7247. Up next now on the Big 7, a man is facing charges after he was accused of threatening an Amazon delivery driver with a gun. James Curitan was charged with aggravated assault after turning himself in earlier this week. According to the police report, Amazon driver was delivering packages when Curitan approached him, telling him not to use his driveway to turn around. The driver told police that while walking away, the man approached him again and pointed a pistol at him. We're told Curitan left the scene after that. Now, officers went to Curitan's house the next day with him, telling police that it was a misunderstanding. Now, he said he asked the driver to not turn around in his driveway. The driver became angry and tried to enter Curitan's truck. Curitan said, afraid for his life, he pulled out a flashlight and pointed it at the driver, which was mistaken for a gun. A black handgun is listed, though, as the weapon used in the police report, with the note that it is not in evidence and the caliber is unknown. Continuing on our list for you, 2 people have been arrested in Knox County for possessing nearly 200 grams of fentanyl and several guns. The Narcotics Division arrested the 2 Wednesday on Newport Springs Road near Governor John Sevier Highway. Along with the 198 grams of fentanyl, law enforcement seized 4 rifles, 6 handguns, and a suppressor. Next on our list for you tonight, 3 men are facing charges after they were accused of breaking into a closed AMC Theater in West Knoxville. Court records state that officers responded to the theater after an alarm was tripped around 12:30 this morning. While investigating the scene, officers saw 3 men ages 19, 20, and 21 running from the building through a broken door. While talking to the officers, the men said they were there to, quote, explore the abandoned theater because they had an interest in production. All 3 were charged with burglary and vandalism between $2,500 and $10,000. And for our final Big 7 story of the night, Helene community relief efforts continue today as Keep the Tennessee River Beautiful led over 100 volunteers in cleaning Douglas Lake, which was heavily impacted by the storm. You know, the cleanup kicked off the River Grand Slam series, which is a tour targeting areas that have been impacted by natural disasters. 3 rivers flooded by Helene emptied into Douglas Lake, leaving behind significant amounts of debris. In partnership with TVA and Clayton Home Building Group, volunteers and 26-foot workboats scouted the shorelines, collecting items such as tires, miscellaneous trash, and even a portable toilet base. Keep the Tennessee River Beautiful's executive director shares the importance of events like this to keep area waterways clean.
It's always so inspiring. The funny thing is, most of the time we're calling the cleanup, okay, it's over, it's time to go back, and people want to stay and keep cleaning. It's really addictive. If anybody wants to help the river, even if they don't see waterways around them where they see litter, if they pick that up, they're helping to protect our waterways, because 80% of the litter in our river system was originally littered on land.
Keep the Tennessee River Beautiful also has a pledge for Rivers programs where you can pledge to give up one single-use item, reducing landfills to support cleaning efforts. We're seeing another river cleanup effort and getting an idea of the scale of the work that was done. IAM's Nature Center revealing today that volunteers hauled more than 34,000 pounds of trash out of the Tennessee River and some of the streams that feed into it. Now, it happened during the center's 36th annual River Rescue. The event actually took place 3 weekends ago in Knox, Anderson, Blount, and Loudoun counties. Among the items pulled out, 100 tires, a mattress, golf bag, televisions, bowling ball, even a $10 bill.